It's 9 o'clock, and we are at the Rice Creek Watershed District Board of Managers regular meeting. We're at the Mounds View City Hall Council Chambers. All of the managers are present with Steve Wagaman monitoring online. Welcome, Steve. Unfortunately, as we all know, being online doesn't let you speak, so we'll proceed as that. It's open mic. Any Rice Creek Watershed District resident may address the board in his or her individual capacity for up to 3 minutes on any matter not on the agenda. Speakers are requested to come to the podium, state their name and address for the record. Additional comments may be solicited and accepted in writing. Generally, the Board of Managers will not take official action on items discussed at this time, but may refer the matter to staff for a future report or direct that the matter be scheduled on an upcoming agenda. I'd like to set the agenda. First of all, I would note that I want to ask any managers, do you have other business that we should add? This is in reference to last meeting where we got into other business without it being on the agenda. Hearing none, any other changes to the agenda?
Staff have no changes.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept the agenda as submitted?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Not hearing none. Minutes.
Mr. Chair, I am going to make a motion to approve the minutes for October 6, 2025 workshop and the October 8, 2025 regular meeting with the edit that on the minutes for the October 6 workshop, I would like to add that Steve Wagaman was actually not absent. He was participating electronically in that meeting. So I just want to make sure that the minutes reflect that.
I'll second that with the additional comments.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, it passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Consent agenda.
Good morning, Board President, Board Managers. Staff have one application for your consideration today. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Patrick? Can I have a motion, please?
Oh, they're staring at me, excuse me. Mr. President, I'll move that we accept the agenda, consent agenda.
No, consent agenda, yeah. As in accordance with the engineer's findings and recommendations.
Yes.
All right, all in favor say aye. Oh, yeah, second. I'll second it.
Okay.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none. Takes us up to, I guess, the office.
Office lease, yes. President Bradley, Board of Managers, we have for you today the lease that we reviewed at our past workshops, most recently on October 6th. Document remains the same with the highlights included in the memo on page 25 bulleted out. Happy for any discussion? Otherwise, there's a motion at the bottom of that page.
Are there any questions or discussion with regard to the?
I have a question, Mr. Chair. In light of the conversation that we had last night at the Metro Watershed Managers meeting and what we're hearing all around us, has there been any outreach to the owner here about salt use on the parking lot?
I believe it's been mentioned, but not a heavy one. They have a consulting firm that obviously does the work,
Right.
but we can obviously.
Yeah, I think may not be anything, of course, in this lease amendment, but we have a substantial investment into that property, and maybe we can exert some influence on the amount and location of salt used on the parking lot.
Yes, staff can look to educate them and others on the matter.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the Rice Creek Watershed District's 6th Amendment to lease with Blaine Shopping Center LLC, authorizing signature by the President and the Administrator.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And yeah, I would think that it would be fitting for Rice Creek to reach out to whoever is the operator of that and offer an opportunity to educate them on appropriate salt.
Yeah.
It was interesting at the meeting last night having to find out that there is only one alternative salt, and that's brine. And that's not available apparently to residentials, which has surprised me. All right, we're on to Redpath and Company's audit engagement letter, I believe.
Yes, President Bradley, Board of Managers, this is an annual item. This is engagement with Redpath for our 2025 audit services from them. The audit engagement letter included in the packet had a non-solicitation clause. That was of concern. It's been removed, and I see that there are new versions in front of you at the dais. Mr. Kolb is going to address
I don't
that
believe
item.
so.
Oh, here we go. There were ones in
Why don't
front.
you tell us what's in it?
I'll let Mr. Kolb do that.
All right, Mr. Cole, welcome.
It's not what's in it, it's what's been removed. Yes.
Can't hear you again, John.
Your microphone's in your hand.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, we've had so many problems. I thank you for the opportunity just to present this. We did review this contract. This is one of the first times that we've actually found something that was a little odd or non-standard, and it was the non-solicitation clause basically would have prevented either them from soliciting our employees or us from soliciting their employees during the period of the engagement, but there is a state law that prohibits those clauses, and so we notified them of that, and they were kind enough to take it out.
Thank
The
you.
rest of the contents of the agreement are standard. They are going to perform the services as expected by the district, on the terms that are common and have previously been reviewed.
Fabulous. Can we have a motion to accept the contract as correctly fixed by our staff and our lawyer?
Mr. Chair, I'd move to accept and authorize the board president and administrator to sign Redpath and Company's 2025 audit engagement letter.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Chair, I've gone through, I guess, 3 audits with Redpath, and it's been a very smooth process, and we get a good product at the end. So I appreciate their work and Teresa's work to get all the information put together to prepare that audit.
Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. We're up to ditch 2.
That's correct. President Bradley, Board of Managers, this is Ramsey County Ditch 2, main trunk, and some work that Tom Schmidt will address the district is intending to undertake.
Thank you, Nick. Mr. President, Board of Managers, we are seeking approval of a work order to maintain the uppermost section of Ramsey County, ditch number 2. On page 49, there's a photo or map depicting the area. It's the outlet of Jones Lake, and it's heavily treed in, so we're going to remove trees both for the ditch maintenance and for access to our district facility, which is the weir that controls the outlet of Jones Lake. The location is also adjacent to future Jones Lake project work, and this maintenance work allows us to access for geotechnical work during the planning and design of that project. Then on further in the work order, there's some photos. The photos don't do the trees justice, but it does show the condition of the channel and of the existing district facility. And
So, Tom, the photos show a lot more than just problems with trees here. Is Hugo going to address the trees and the stuff in the
garbage.
Yes, the garbage.
No, the first step is to get the trees cleared out. Then
Then there'll be a second
we'll
step.
do other less expensive maintenance work to remove some of the debris in the channel.
Very good. Any other questions? May I have a motion, please?
All right. Mr. Chair, I move to approve the work order 063 for Hugo Tree Service not to exceed 32,500 for ditch.
Is there a second?
Yeah, second, Ramsey County 2,
Yeah, this is, I think,
Yeah.
says at the top.
Yeah. Ramsey County ditch number 2.
Yep.
Oh, but in the staff
But I see in the
recommendation,
staff
it says
recommendation.
ACD too.
yeah,
That's probably,
Anoka County ditch, so Ramsey County ditch too.
yeah, just a typo.
All right.
Oops.
Thank you for that catch.
Apologize.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All the way up to the check register.
Oh, wow, moving right
Sure.
along.
Joel?
Well, it apparently is a very busy month with all these charges here. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the check register dated October 22nd, 2025 in the amount of $384,101.49 and the October interim financial statement prepared by Red Path and Company.
Any questions of Manager Wyman?
Second,
And we have to say, any questions of Manager Wyman? So let me just explain that when we get a report from a person, we are entitled to ask questions before we do the motion, but it works either way, so that's great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So, staff reports, I guess. Any comments or questions?
Well, Mr. Chair, I said it's a little dangerous for the staff to do these reports because it shows you, well, first of all, it's fabulous to see the work that they're doing, but to pick out a few things to further inquire about, and we'll probably hear about this later, but the University of Minnesota is selling their golf course, and it's interesting that that parcel of land has impact on 3 different watersheds within our region. So I think our program manager may have yet another project or opportunity to continue to collaborate with multiple agencies and cities. So you'll see under David's report, he'll have a meeting with Falcon House, Lauderdale, Roseville, Capital Region Watershed, Mississippi Watershed Management Organization, Rice Creek, and Houston. So things that happen out there in the news, sometimes directly and indirectly, certainly impacts our land mass and the water resources.
Any other comments?
I do have a question, if I might. Again, reiterating what Marcy has stated, obviously our staff is keeping themselves busy. I have an ask regarding how some of this information is put in here, and it's regarding the pre-application meetings. Do you think we could put in like a subset report in here of what pre-application meetings have been had throughout the district? I know it's in your stuff, Patrick, but just as a separate thing. Is that
Yes.
okay, to
that-
identify it separately?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Outside of Patrick's report, you mean, just a
Yeah, any
standalone?
pre-application, yeah, is that
Yeah.
okay
Sure.
to ask for? Okay, awesome. And then I do have a question, actually, Patrick, and I can ask it offline too if you would prefer, regarding the September TEP meeting, regarding the Blaine Wetland Sanctuary. We can follow up offline if that's okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
If I could ask a question,
Yeah.
just on the request
Yeah.
for breaking out the pre-application meetings, would you like more detail in there, or just kind of a rundown of which ones occurred, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, just a high-level detail, maybe where within the district they were located,
Sure.
which county, if it was, an in particular project that it's tied to, or, high level, not looking for a book report on each one. So, yeah, thank you so much.
We currently,
Should it be added to the permit summary?
yes, I was just going to ask if we could
Sure.
do it that way.
Sure.
It should be more,
Application. Sure.
probably more timely that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine too. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. President, so when the map comes for the applications, we have it clearly saying which ones are the pre-applications and which ones are the current approved applications. That'd be marvelous.
Oh, sure.
You
Yeah.
have different colors or something
Designate
like that.
between the two.
So you know which ones are which.
This map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have this map and
Yep.
it comes with the permit applications and it'd be nice to have it on the pre-application meetings. Sure, good idea. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Guess we're on the November calendar. I note that I have the CAC on this in November, and I will be there. Any other comments or questions on the agenda, on the November calendar?
President,
Oh, go ahead. You probably are gonna say it. Yeah.
let's see if I nail it. Marcy.
Both of you say your thing at the same time, and we'll see if you say the same thing.
I'm going to go first. Board of Managers, just a couple of things I'd probably put under administrator updates, but I'll share them here so you can jot them down if you like. Washington County, the budget meeting is November 4th. And then the house bonding tour for Rice Creek, Jones Lake is Wednesday, November 12th in the afternoon at 3:30. So I'm happy to say we won't have to adjust our regularly scheduled meeting.
Mr. Administrator, the Washington budget, they have an overall where they call in and talk about all of them publicly, or is this the private one where you meet with,
This is all of them.
okay, November
Yes,
4th?
that is November 4th.
And usually that's around 10 a.m., if I remember correctly.
Correct. They thought it might be rather early this morning. Maybe they have a shortened agenda.
Okay.
But I do not have a definitive time, but we will certainly notice those as a potential quorum.
I have a history of going to that, and I expect that'll just to, it's informative, it's interesting, only for that informational purposes.
So, Mr. President, the county meeting begins at 9 a.m. in the morning and then they adjourn for the workshop later on. So if it's earlier than 10 o'clock, it won't be earlier than 9.
Yep.
Okay, and my question, so we are not meeting, this is the last, oh no, we'll meet again in November 11th. Just for scheduling purposes, our meeting on December 10th is in the evening, correct? Okay, and what time is that?
6:30.
7?
6:30.
6:30, okay. And that's the Truth and Taxation meeting, among other things. All right, and then I guess the,
Wait. So you're saying that the, that would be the 12th?
the 12th is our regular meeting,
Yeah.
and then we're off. We're not meeting on Thanksgiving, and then our next meeting is December 10th.
December 10th?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sitting here.
And that's the
looking for-
Truth and Taxation, just to
Yeah, okay.
get,
Yeah, we have a workshop as well in December.
Yep.
Ahead of that.
thank you.
All right, I guess we are up to, Mr. Tomzak, do you have some announcements?
Yeah, administrator updates, you bet. At the October 8th board meeting, the board approved the Clear Lake cost share discussion. Manager Wynant, you had asked about the expenditure from the fund and what that was for. That included the $20,000 roughly that the board approved for the City of Columbus wetland credits on the same project. So that was why you had seen so much money expended already from that account.
Okay, thank you.
I did have the individual Washington County Commissioner meeting on October 9th with Manager Waller, along with Commissioners Stan Wolowski and Commissioner Miron. Went well, I thought. Good discussion about the budget and such. There was discussion about the plot project in Birchwood Village. I did go to the Birchwood Village Council meeting along with Tom Schmidt on October 14th as the plot agreement document was on the agenda. And the council had additional thoughts, and there are more that are forthcoming. We asked for them to please try to get those to us ahead of our packet, so we would include that on the November meeting for discussion. They'll also see a task order for Hulls Marsh and the sediment dredging on that meeting. so that we can move ahead with our facilities obligations. Attended the Minnesota Water Resource Conference, lots of good information there. Presentation on the district-wide model with Houston Engineering, that went well. Metro Watersheds meeting last night, several managers were there as well. I'll leave that for later. Minnesota Watersheds, perhaps you saw the letter that was sent to Minnesota Pollution Control Agency regarding MECA's petition to regulate agricultural drainage. I did see a quotable block of text there. MECA's, and this is Minnesota Watersheds to the PCA, MECA's request to commence a rulemaking to regulate agricultural drainage lacks a sound legal basis. However, such a rulemaking would be highly contentious and ultimately unproductive undertaking. I think that summed up the position pretty well.
And NECA is?
Minnesota Center for Environmental Advocacy.
Thank you.
As I noted before, we have the Washington budget meeting with the entirety of the Washington County Board, November 4th. The bonding tour again, November 12th at 3:30 in the afternoon. City County Partner meeting, we are scheduling for December 10th.
Oh, before the evening meeting.
And that is all of my updates. Happy to answer any questions.
Yes. Go ahead, Marcy.
Yes. Now, regarding the buffer, how do we handle that in highly urbanized areas? Do we have a rule or a consideration about the 15 foot of cover or buffer? Because I imagine it'd be kind of tough.
So, when Mr. President, so I think, if you remember, we had to have be surveyed by the buffer, and it seems to me we passed whatever requirements they had. There was no need.
It was a lot of dust,
A lot, but yes, but we had.
not much action.
And so maybe the Tom or the engineer will
Patrick.
elaborate a little more. One of the regulatory chaps down there.
Go ahead, Patrick.
I would just say that it's not. I don't know. Occasionally, the county is the one who's generally enforcing that, and so we'll get communication from the county about a parcel and trying to coordinate to see if we have any information or trying to get, if there's an issue, get that resolved, but not through the district specifically.
Seems to me I remember only 2 requests for waivers that we dealt with.
Oh, so people can ask for a waiver?
They can seek.
Yes, most of our ditches had pretty good buffers already on them, and we didn't have a big problem.
Well, I'm thinking about even all the work we did on 4 in Ramsey County. I can't imagine that, or maybe there is 15, one rod on each side of the ditch.
Mr. President, just to clarify too on the buffer law, that applies to agricultural areas.
Okay, that makes sense.
It doesn't cover urbanized areas. So in that regard, and it's a smaller portion of the district that it would apply to. We did go through the exercise when the buffer law first came into being of taking a look at how big of a concern it is. And we did identify that there were some areas that potentially at that time would be in violation of the buffer law that would need to be corrected, but not, large tracts of area. And then as I understand at that time, the district could either opt in to manage the buffer law or not. The district chose not to.
Well, I'm thinking of those large sections of land that are now being developed and whether, there's an open ditch going through it. I mean, I'm not thinking of an example right now, but that the houses would be X amount away from the ditch. So,
Mr. President, we require as part of the permitting process that a maintenance corridor is retained for our use
Okay.
It's not a buffer under the buffer law. The buffer's requirements are triggered by specific actions under drainage code, like a repair or, not repair, but a improvement, such like that requires, every year we report to Bowser how many buffer enforcements and how many buffer actions were needed due to the statute, and
Okay,
we've never reported any. It's always zero.
0. All right, well, thank you, that's informative.
I think we're up to you. Mr. Waller, do you have any updates you want to give us?
Thank you, Mr. President. I did attend the Washington County meeting with the two commissioners, with the administrator. The commissioners had asked a lot of questions. They didn't seem unpleased. I think the only thing they were concerned about was that Commissioner Wachowski said that it's been 9 years on the Birchwood project, and he'd like to see some finality to it. So, and he also said, both of the commissioners said they support Birchwood, and so that you just have that. So that continues on. I did attend the Birchwood City Council meeting. I am the manager for Washington County. So it's, I thought that the hour and 10 minutes that the council persons, who came very well prepared, questioned both the administrator and the drainage manager, and they're concerned about the quality and upkeep of Hall's Marsh as a marsh. And I assume that we'll see more questions from them and forward. There'll be a negotiation on proper echelon, I reckon, that being us and the council, meaning the board of managers. You know, as what eventually we'll work that out. I did attend the Metro Watershed meeting last night. I listened to a lot of happy talk about salt, which is good, but no significant numbers to tell you how much tonnage is used or reduced or such, or processes for that. And then the most other interesting thing I think I listened to was this new law that's been passed. Did I get that right, Mr. President? A new law about if some municipality or private business harms the water,
If you, water usage causes damage, the
Yeah.
permittee who is receiving authorization for the water is on the hook for that damage. And at which point you turned to me and said, White Bear Lake City.
Well, yes, sir, I did. And I did ask the lady presenting, is this for just new permits or existing? And it's for everything. So, and but yes, White Bear Lake years ago was designated by the USGS study as the main well that was causing the lake to lose its volume. So I was kind of curious about that. That was an interesting thing. Other than that, we had it was a nice meeting. It was quiet. There were 4 of us there, so.
We represented like 25% of the audience that was
Yeah.
physically present.
There may have been more online, but
I'm sure there were.
and I had also point out that at the Birchwood meeting, Mary Sue Simmons was there. And I'm sure, Mr. President, you remember Mary Sue. She was a long-time member of our advisory committee meeting, and it was good to talk to her. And she took me aside and commented on the excellent work that was being done by Molly and Kendra, isn't it? They're considered,
Yeah.
Kendra. And she was very pleased we're talking about Schmitz Park in this area. And so I had to point out that it's always nice to have the public come up and tell you the staff did a hell of a job, you know, and they're real pleased. That's the end of my remarks.
Senator Warnock?
Outreach is important. I too attended the Minnesota Watershed, or Water Conference, which is always informative and fills your brain. Last night's meeting with the Metro Watershed, two topics that are current events, which are the large volume water users and the and wake boats, both of which are going to be part of the policy discussion for the Clean Water Council on Friday. And that's what I have.
Anything you'd like to tell us?
I do not at this time, Mr. Chair. Thank you for asking.
So the only thing I too was there last night and asked about wake boats because it's, you know, important to us. And everyone I asked, which was the PCA, said, I think that's DNR. I asked DNR, and I said, I think that's the legislature. So nothing's happening. Leave it at that. I have nothing more. We got a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all.